Good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning. Praise the Lord. Welcome to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. Excited about the opportunity to be able to lead you today in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. That grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. That's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. And I'm so grateful and thankful that we have the wonderful opportunity today to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief devotion. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 307, and we're going to talk about 5 minutes is all it takes. 5 minutes is all it takes. Grieving and mourning can only be done effectively in doses. Grieving and mourning can only be done effectively in doses. I'm going to say it again. Grieving and mourning can only be done effectively in doses. What does that mean? We've talked about this before. If you think about this, think about a bottle of medicine. A bottle of medicine. When you have a bottle of medicine, they tell you on the bottle what the dose amount is, the dosage, right? How you're supposed to take this medicine. They may say take one pill a day or one pill every 8 hours, but you cannot take all of them at the same time because you're not going to live, right? If you take all of them at the same time, it's going to be overwhelming. The medicine is designed to knock out the pain or relax the muscle or whatever it's designed to do. The medicine will do that, but it has to be done in doses. You can't take all of it because it's going to be too overwhelming, right? And so you take one now, you could take another one 8 hours from now. You take one today, you could take another one tomorrow. That's the same way grief and mourning works, right? It has to be done in doses. You just can't sit down, right, for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 hours at a time trying to deal with your grief and navigate through it. Nah, it's too overwhelming, right? So it has to be done in doses. It has to be done a little bit at a time as you navigate through your grief journey. That's why, like when you meet with your counselor, it's 45 minutes, right? Bam, it's done in doses. We get together every single day. I've even called this like a grief vitamin, right? So you every day you check in and get your bam, you get your vitamin. Well, we talk about it and it helps you out. But you know what? Come back tomorrow again because I got another one for you. So it's done in doses. Me would count 45 minutes. If you go to a grief group, most times you'll sit around for an hour. Bam. Now we out of this thing. It has to be done in doses a little bit at a time, right? So grieving and mourning can only be done effectively in doses. When I get stuck in a painful grief encounter and can't seem to shake it, I remember the 5 minute rule. Now, even in doing it in doses, you may get stuck in a painful grief encounter. That you may get stuck just having, just a painful grief encounter. That's the best way to articulate it, right? That I can't shake this, that I can't stop, I can't shake this. I'm having a very hard time. What do you do in those particular instances? I love it because I love what this um, tells us to do. If I try doing something else for just 5 minutes, right, I'm likely to get unstuck. If I'm having a painful encounter, if I try doing something else for 5 minutes, I'm likely to get unstuck. For example, if I get up and walk for 5 minutes, my mood will probably shift. This is the 5 minute rule, y'all, and it works for so many different things, not just grief, but even if you're working in your office and you get stuck, or everything is stale, right? You need a fresh perspective. What do? Take 5 minutes to do something else. Let me get up, let me go for a walk. Some of y'all take cigarette breaks. Those be 15 minutes. Something just to gain, just to get the body moving, just to get a fresh perspective. It's the 5 minute rule, right? Some of you set timers on your phone. Let me scroll through social media for 5 minutes, right? So it's the 5 minute rule that works for so many different things, and it works for this as well as it relates to grief. So if you're having a painful grief moment, a painful grief encounter, try the 5 minute rule. Here's some things you can do. Get up, go for a walk, 5 minutes. My mood will probably shift. Or if I chat with a friend for 5 minutes, even if we're not talking about my loss, my day will reset. Right? Passive interventions can help also. Watching TV for 5 minutes might do it. So might listening to music, right? That might do it. All of those things. Go to Pastor Duncan's TikTok and watch some TikToks for 5 minutes from Pastor Duncan because it's gonna get you laughing. It's gonna help you in the midst of that moment, right? But if those don't help, here it is. I'll try something more active just for 5 minutes. Understand, grieve in the morning, it must be done in doses. Must be done in doses. But if you get stuck, if you get overwhelmed, with one of those encounters, remember the 5 minute rule. Let me get up and go for a walk for 5 minutes. Let me call somebody and talk for 5 minutes. Let me listen to some music. Let me do something to help pull me out of this. Let me go to Pastor Duncan's TikTok and watch because I know if I get 5 minutes of that interruption, it's going to help me to laugh and to refocus, and it's going to pull me out of the very thing that I'm in, right? That's what you got to know and understand. Here's the final thought. Dosing my grief and mourning invites much needed timeouts. Dosing my grief and mourning, it provides much needed timeouts because sometimes you just simply need a timeout. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 307. We're talking about 5 minutes is all it takes. 5 minutes is all it takes. Thank you so very much for joining us on today. I'm praying for y'all as y'all continue to navigate through your as you continue to navigate through your grief journey. Good morning and welcome. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Kirsten, Kirsten, and Lexi Lou. Thank y'all for joining us on today. I see you say, "Look, Lexi, look this time in my God." So you may be going through or entering into a grief journey. Um, if you want to tell us about it, you can put it in the chat. But we're here every single day at 8 a.m. Every single day at 8 a.m. It's a grief devotion. We help people to navigate through grief, dealing with loss, change, and transition. We just, come together as a village, as a body of believers, and just give you tools, tips, and techniques to navigate through the grief process. So I don't know where you are, if it's fresh, if it's brand new, if you've been going through something for a while, but every single day, you can join in, you can chat, you can ask questions. If you want to go back and watch previous episodes, you can do that on Facebook or YouTube. But we're here every single day at 8 a.m. This is our second year doing it. So this is second year in a row. I said that's why I said this is day 307 of 2024. But we did it every day last year. So join us on today. These help me every day. Oh, as I grieve the loss of my mom. I am Sister Diane and Carolyn's niece. Oh, got you. Got you. Okay. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm so glad you've been tuned in every single day. I'm so glad that warms my heart and it helps me, right? It helps me to know that you're tuned in. So I really, 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 truly appreciate that. Thank you. Continue to tune in. Like I said, every single day, 8 a.m. It's just a vitamin, right? It's just a little something, something. Everybody's in different places in their grief journey. And so we're just, doing a little something to help people to navigate through. So thank you so very much for sharing. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Appreciate all of y'all. I hope and pray that this lesson was a blessing. And I look forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow, same time, same place. Good morning, Kalia. I see you on here. Thank you for joining us as well. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's go.